I made it to Roseberry. I don't see anybody else around. Got the spot I wanted. Just portage tomorrow morning is just over there. So I'm nice and close. Got the boat pulled up, just gonna get the gear up. Show you the campsite, nothing special. Something's not right about the loo. It should be over there. And the box is sitting here by the fire. That is weird. Anyway, I'll get set up. Nice spot if it was a nice day. Just windy, a little chilly. We'll get settled in. It's only 10 to 12. So that's wonderful. Nice long paddle through some beautiful winding river this morning. 120 meter portage over a couple of beaver dam kind of things where you just kind of have to drop your boat down over it and then get back in. But here she be for the night anyway. All right, we'll talk later. Campsite's right over there. Just walked over. Nice beach. This way. Just walk around. Grab a bit for you. It's breezy. It's definitely breezy. There she be. Not a deep beach, but it's sandy. Okay, it's been a little while. The wind's died down. The rain is very, 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 very light. What have I done? I've gone for a walk. I went over to the beach. Walked along the beach. You can kind of see it there. Went for a trek that way. In the bush, there's just a logging road just back in here a bit. So it's old, but you can, it's passable. Had my lunch just down in the bush here. To stay out of the wind, I just used the gas bottle and the burner to cook up some spaghetti. Yeah, got a cool bench. Got the 3 little dugouts for seats. I've got the steak thawing there. Got a bunch of wood cut. Ready to do the fire. I got a bunch of birch bark. Got a bunch more wood over there. This box, it turns out they replaced the box for the Thunder box just over there. So they brought this box over. Maybe they're going to think people will maybe put some wood in it. Help protect the wood for the next guy. I think that's what I'm going to do with anything I have left over. Got a bit of wood here. So I'm going to do the Knorr. No, sorry. Yeah, Knorr sidekick. I'm going to do that in the big cup and cook the steak. Got lots of wood to get down to some nice coals. Tried fishing, cast out a few times out and around here. Didn't catch anything, no big deal. I'm not going to set the tent up until we see whether the wind dies down real good and stops misting, so that I don't have a wet tent if I can help it overnight. Make it a little nicer to pack up tomorrow. Got the boat over on its back there, or backside up, bottom side up, and things are calming down. It was quite windy coming in, but it's a lot nicer now. All right, I'll leave it at that, and we'll just be hanging out here, getting ready to start the fire. Take care. Well, the camp is all set for the night. Everything is put in place. Fire is out. Boat is flipped over. The big green bag is hanging from a tree. Bear bag is hanging in the bush. And the tent is all set. Okay, so we got the boat flipped over, all set for the night. We've got the green bag on the tree. Gonna let the fire just die. It's quite wet. Everything's been rained on, so I'm just gonna let that die out. Got the tent set up. There's the lake. It's about it's exactly 7 o'clock right now. Just had one canoe go by way back around 4 or 5 o'clock. Got the bear bag hung and she's red. You can actually see it from here. Where is it? There it is. Right in the middle of the screen, hanging in a tree. Okay. And I got a nice flat spot close to the water. Got all my gear in there, my book, my bed. Just got to lay it all out. Finally stopped raining. And it's not at all windy now. It's really quite nice. So tomorrow morning, a quick breakfast, gather the gear, get the boat in the water, and head over in that direction right there to the portage into Floating Heart Lake. And then that's about a 400 meter. And then 1600 to the Tour Creek. And it should be a nice day tomorrow. I think there's only about 20% chance of rain, so it should be nice. Good night. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and I'm on the beginning of a 13 to 1600 portage. I'm just taking the backpack. I'm gonna go back for the boat. Just too much gear. Don't want to kill myself. So I'm just gonna time how long it takes me to get to the other end, or maybe halfway, and then I'll have a better idea of how much time it's gonna take me. So I just wanted to check in. I slept okay, not too bad. This is only a 400 to the Heart Lake, I just remembered. So this won't be a problem at all. It's the next one that's a bugger. Okay, sign off. So this is Floating Heart Lake. I just launched from there. This is just a little lake. Just finished the little 400 meter portage. Circle back to the rock and the put-in point from from Roseberry. Okay, we're going to get back, head directly over there to the next portage. Look at the size of this rock. It's a big one. Oops. Look at the size of this rock. Okay, so we are now at Latour Creek, and that was about a 3 or 4 leapfrog portage, and that took me an hour and a half. So I'm all set up now, and I am going. There's me boat. There's the portage coming down. And so I am headed down there. Try a horizontal view. Just came down to Latour Creek, took me an hour and a half. We're all set up, ready to launch here. And this is where I'm headed. Right down there. Nice little riffle to go over. Good to go. Okay, bye-bye. Loontail meets Nipissing. This is the junction. That takes you to Grass Lake. And that takes you to downriver on Nipissing towards Wolfland Marsh. So here's the other little campsite coming back to the takeout on Nipissing on the 365. Cute little spot, right with the river wrapping around her.
This is the spot where Sean James had his canoe right there in his bivvy because he couldn't find a better spot. He thought it was a shitty little site, and I think it's a beautiful spot. I'm going to try casting a lure here. Haven't done it yet today. Just a little campfire here, which shouldn't be because, oh no, it is a campsite actually. It actually is a sign. So that was a 365. I've just brought the gear and now I'm going to go back for the boat. And that's the first portage on the Nipissing. Next two are, I think, smaller. And then I'm on my site for 3 days. So I just wanted to show you this pretty river. I'll be taking some more video on the way back for the boat. So a lot of nice little scenic spots. Take a picture. Okay. Well, that was a really long day. From Roseberry to Floating Heart to the Big Portage, Latour Creek to Loontail Creek, and then to Nipissing River, and now down to the very site that I wanted to have for a 3-day base camp. But I'm giving it up. I got all the way down here, and that was a 7.5 hour day, and current's not overly harsh all downstream, but when you factor paddling against that current, and that took me 7.5 hours to get back to Roseberry. I'll be a full day tomorrow heading home. I'm letting it go. It's too far to go to be disappointed for the 4-kilometer trail, because there's no way I'm packing a canoe in 4 kilometers. And then to go another 13 kilometers, I think it is roughly, to get around to the high side of the pristine lake I'd like to get to, that was only a 1 kilometer portage through hopeful logging woods. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. By the time I'm done, I'd need 3 days just to get out of here, and I just won't have it, and I won't enjoy it, and I'm pooped. So I'm gonna feed up real good. I'm gonna try to get a good night's sleep. The bugs are just starting, and that's another reason why I'm coming home. And I'm not sad. I had fun. I mean, it was a beautiful day to paddle today. But it's just too much, and it's too risky. This site is like a massive downhill slope to get down to the water. And so I had to drag the boat all the way up here. But it's a pretty spot. I just hope I get a decent night's sleep. I'm going to have lots of food tonight. I'll have a decent breakfast tomorrow, eggs and oatmeal, and just start working my way back. I've got 12 hours to do what I did 7.5 today. So I'll give it my best, and when I get to Roseberry for another 2 or 3 hours. If my timing is good, I'll go all the way to the car. We'll see when I get to Roseberry because I don't have a night scheduled until Friday. And I don't want to piss anybody off, so we'll see. I better go get the tent set up, have a little bit to eat, probably hang out in the tent because the bugs are a little bad. Okay, we'll talk to you later. And yeah, I'll do some shoots on the way home, so we'll see you. This is a personal message to me for when I'm older and I'm grayer. I just finished the 13/1600 from Latour Creek back to Floating Heart Lake, and I killed it. It was grueling, but with my friends Sweet and Salty and beef jerky and fresh Algonquin water, we did her. I was really concerned about being able to do this today, and I killed it. And I'll probably never have to kill it again because I'm learning fast. Okay, so we are on Floating Heart Lake, and all we have is a little 400 to Roseberry, and then making great time. I'm going to do the 3 hours back to the car and come home because that is enough of that. What an idiot will do for a brook trout. I didn't even bother. Gotta go.